Your teapot is actually bigger than
Take a piece of that. Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you, and welcome to the grand final edition of Salam Café. The whole of Melbourne, the whole of Australia is going crazy.
Same with Salam Café, all of us are going absolute nuts.
As you can see.
Yeah.
I've even brought in my own coffee mug for my beloved Carlton.
Aww.
And I'm using Salam Café's red mug, which matches my jumper.
Oh, good one.
Which,
Very coordinated, good to see.
Nice.
Fellow crazy football lover, follower.
Absolutely. I tell you what, and I've got my own mug here.
Yeah, exactly.
Go you, Ty. I'll tell you what, this is just such a fantastic time of year. It's one of my favourite weeks of the year because, I mean, we're on right now. There'll be the Brownlow Medal on another channel.
I think we're outrating them, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no need to switch over because the result's not in the balance yet. But there's that, and then like on Friday there's the grand final parade, and you can go down and they're just standing 10 deep, and it's fantastic. And then when you were a kid, Friday night before the grand final, you had to watch the footy marathon.
Stay up
as late as you possibly could, and watch grand finals from 1903.
1970, Carlton Collingwood.
It's the only time I have ever seen Richmond win a grand final. Because
in real life.
Yeah, well, they show the 1980 Premier. 1967 is normally what they show. So there's that, and then you can stay up and you watch the breakfast,
the
North Melbourne breakfast, and then all the reserves games.
I thought I was a fanatic.
Seriously,
calm down, Willie. Calm down.
You can tell Willie definitely breathes, eats, and lives football. Unlike all of us.
You've got to do it.
It's his mistress.
Oh.
I'm a footy widow.
Let's keep away from that one. Nazim, you're wearing a Melbourne jumper?
Yeah,
It's very old school.
yeah, it's pretty old actually. This is my mum's. She wore it when she was an avid fan, and now it's passed down. It's actually when it used to be VFL, so I'm going to pass it on to
I
my
recognise that jumper from 1986.
Yeah? Well, it was when I was 1 year old.
I was born
Perhaps,
then.
yeah. Because I remember the jumper, and it was back in. Remember that blue colour was really crazy.
Yeah, you know what? You can see if you zoom in, you can see all the pills. And, yeah, that's what you were saying.
I like it how you've outgrown it. You've actually.
No, look,
In loving memory of
look how small.
Very quickly, you always have to have an umpire.
Yeah,
Tell
no,
to.
no,
point.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not a football fan, I'm not really crazy about it, but one thing I have noticed, and I thought I'm going to wear this in memory of all the umpires, yes, Nazim, in memory of all the umpires who could actually umpire without so much controversy. They don't even wear white anymore. There's no AFL culture. I mean, what happened to the guys in white? That's what I used to know about football all the time, not anymore.
So you thought you'd
They're
come
all
in
in colours now.
1950s trench coat.
They blend into the
just not
crowd.
the
You
same,
can't
it's
you can't tell when they're doing the fingers and the what have you. They look like air traffic control.
Let's go over to our expert.
Assalamualaikum. How are you? No, I'm not. I'm going to be serving meat pies.
So you're going to give us a
spirit
call?
of the foot. Cold meat pies as well.
I have to pass comment on your lack of appropriate footy dress, mate.
No, that's where you're wrong, you see. I'm wearing something. It's supposed to be a time on in the last quarter, but...
You said you know that.
Transformation.
This is my red coat.
Hot pose.
Come out so we can see it.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Okay.
Just watch yourself and run on the ground.
Okay. Very quickly, Susan, I have to pass comment on you. You look very dapper there. And
Well, yes.
What does this have to do with footy?
Unlike the hooligans on my right,
thank you for the compliment.
unlike this riffraff, I am actually an MCC member. We don't dress like the bogans.
We actually get into the grand finals.
We're quite understated in our support of footy, so if you just notice my badge, that's all that's really necessary to show my membership. And that's why I'm wearing the shoulder pads, the collar, because this is what I have to wear as an MCC member to go. We never do the wave, and we look down our noses at you, and you pretend to hate us, but really they're really jealous of our great seats. My dad put me down not long after I was born, and I think I got my membership when I was 16. So it's very elitist club, and I'm very proud to
Thank you
be
very
part of
much.
I've got 10 years left. Can you do something?
Well, yeah, I'd love to say I have some sway, but not at all. But what's interesting, though, is because of the dress code, I think I was the first hijabi woman to have to wear my religious attire. in the MCC.
How did that go?
Well, I wasn't sure because they've got very strict dress codes in terms of what you can wear. You can't wear this, you have to wear this, all that sort of stuff. And so I went along and just sort of hoped for the best. But I suppose, I mean, really, what could they do? I had shoulder pads.
You fulfilled the criteria?
Yes.
So you did, everything was okay.
I got in and I was on the fancy carpet.
She made history.
Speaking about making history, I went the other day with my friend here to my right to King Khalid Islamic School. Let's have a look at it. Salam Café to go is sensational. You'll love it.
The phys ed coordinator here from King Khalid. So how did you organise today's program?
Well, this is an annual thing that we have happen every year, Footy Colour Day. The kids at our school, King Khalid, just live and breathe football. It's unbelievable.
You guys coordinated this event today?
Yes, along with Hassan, we organised this event. It's an annual event, and the students absolutely love this day.
I'd say my heart is with the Kangaroos, and purely and simply, that's where I had my most success. That's where I played my best football. So my heart's always going to lie there. But I think if you work hard and you believe in yourself, and you get the best out of what talent you have. Now, we all have different abilities. Mine happen to be football. I knew I was never going to be the greatest player, but I worked really hard.
Hey, what football teams you got?
I'm going for the Magpies, and I vote for them because they've got excellent players like Didac, Taran, Rocker.
Let's go!
You don't know what team you go for?
No, got it.
St. Gilda.
St. Gilda. St. Kilda or St. Gilda?
St. Gilda.
What's your name?
Aziza.
And what football team do you go for?
Kangaroos.
What team do you go for?
Carlton.
It's Carlton. Is it true that there's career advancement opportunities for teachers who actually vote for Essendon?
Definitely. As you can see, I'm an Essendon supporter. There should be career opportunities for Essendon supporters.
Have you actually done it before? How do you scream? Who's it?
I'm going for Essendon. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah!
King Khalid Islamic School special meat pie and sauce for Footy Day.
This has got the halal symbol as well.
Yes, there it is, halal.
I didn't know there were that many players. Seriously, I didn't know.
Characters.
That's a lot of football fans, I tell you.
Oh,
I thought they were all into soccer.
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought because a lot of them are, from a Lebanese, Mediterranean background that they love soccer, but football is their sport. It's like in their blood.
Because
That's
football
actually-
means soccer to them.
Oh,
No.
Yes,
but that's
it's
actually
footy.
a point that Jason Mc Cartney made in the paper.
Yeah.
The following day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was surprised. I worked with the team, and the kids were going ballistic. They'd say, "Who's your favourite team?" Essendon.
Actually,
We found one girl with Fremantle.
and West Coast, and we said, "What are you wearing your Fremantle West Coast thing for?" And she said,
They'll get
"Yeah, I
more.
don't know."
We like the colours. Nice female answer.
No, but everyone was involved. Like I heard the teachers, even the religious
Everyone.
teachers and the principal.
Everybody had a
This is
cap
really
or a
good
scarf or
It's
something.
like the only scenario where you can discriminate by the colour of the jumper you wear. It was awesome.
We need to go to a break, and let's go now. Quarter time. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salam Café Grand Final Edition. This week's a little bit different. We usually have a guest in the studio, but we're actually going to go out to a budding star, Bachar Houli's house in Altona, plays for the Western Jets. But before we go, I do want to tell an umpiring story. I took my boys to the football probably a couple of years ago, the first time. They took a friend along, and the teams run out, and everybody's excited, and they're saying, then the umpires ran out, and everybody started to boo. And his friend, sorry, told you. Umpires, people do that to people in white. His friend turned to my son and said, "Who's that?" He said, "They're the vampires."
Before we go to that guest, I actually know, where is Ahmed? Ahmed Hassan?
Ahmed Hassan.
He's meant to be here today. He's always on the panel.
I think he's got a disease called AFL challenged.
He's sitting this one out.
Alrighty.
He's on the bench.
Next week, well, he's not the only one who doesn't love football.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the guest,
Yep.
really excited about chatting to this young man because,
Why?
well, there aren't many Muslims playing in the AFL. I can only think of one, Adam Uze, for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this young kid is seriously a star. Like, he's a champion. He's Salam Cafe's own.
We're taking sponsorship.
I'm calling it now. I reckon he'll get drafted. What, this year? Is he going to get nominated for this year's
I
draft
think,
or next year?
well, let's go out to his house.
We'll see.
Have a bit of a chat and find out.
Pointing
Let's go to
out.
Bashar's house and see what happens. We're on site today at the house of Bachar Houli, a up-and-coming Australian rules footballer who actually plays for the Western Jets in the TAC Cup, which is the highest level of under-18 football in the whole of the country. Salam alaikum, Bachar.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome to Salam Cafe, I guess on site, not to go. Tell us a little bit about how you actually got involved in Australian rules football.
It all began with just going down on the weekend watching my older brothers play football. They were fanatics of football. They loved playing near local level. It was just out the front yard. I was having a kick with myself, I should say. And my brother, he was going off to work, and he goes, jump in the car, and took me in the car, and then he dropped me off at the local club, Spotswood Football Club. And introduced me to the coach and that, and it all started from there.
And how'd you go in your first game?
I kicked 11 goals in my first game. I found it really, it was really good. Like, I mean, I ran around, found the ball a fair bit, and and it worked from there.
We've heard about the rumour which has been confirmed about kicking 11 goals in your first game. There's another rumour floating around that you actually kicked 20 in one game, which my son cannot believe. Is that true?
That is true, yes. It was under 14s when I had 62 goals before I got injured. I broke my hand in round 9. Round 12. Looking at 100 goals it opened up the vision a bit. Like, hey, kicking 100 goals. Played in the midfield, as I said, to half time. Had a bag and that kind. I think about 12 goals or something. So. And then it was until three-quarter time where I kicked my 100th goal, and I ended up kicking 19 goals, 7 that game.
Your brother told me that the opposition actually put the whole team against you when the coach moved you to full forward. Is that true?
It was, you could say, so the whole team is 22. Probably, I think in the back line, there was a back line which is, 6 players. It was about 10 or 11 players in the back line. It was a kind of when you go bowling, the bowling alley, that's how it was. It was all structured, and it was just the matter of weaving your way through and trying to find the ball, or in other ways, popping the ball up and sitting on the neck.
I think Rodney Eade is claimed with the creator of the flood, but I don't think he ever thought of that one.
That's a very serious flood, yeah. Now, you must be, wanting to go as far as you can in the game. So that's going to require a lot of discipline and, a lot of hard work, hours in the gym that, are just incredible and all that. But the thing that gets me most is you're of Lebanese background. So how are you going to cope with the food? Because they're going to have a pretty strict diet for you, aren't they? I mean, and as a Leb, you can't possibly go without eating all that food.
No, exactly right. With my mum, she's a big fan of putting the butter and the oil and you name it. I mean, it's a Lebanese tradition. I just got to keep away from it. You know what I mean? My mum I explain it to my mum. My diet. It's really important for my future, and in order for me to succeed in the future, my diet's got to be 100%. You know what I mean? And she worked, she respected it, obviously, and my parents discussed it, and they started searching for real red meat and breast fillets instead of the other stuff. But no, it's it's been, it was kind of hard for them to start because, come back from school, they prepare one meal, but nowadays they have to prepare 2 meals, my meal and the rest of the family's meal. But occasionally they just ignore my suggestions about my diet and that kind of stuff, and I have to cook myself. But which I've succeeded a lot, and I know how to cook pretty good and look after myself.
Can I ask you, what is your parental support like? Do they go to the matches? Do they, obviously on the cooking side they take care of things, but what about, your parents' reaction about, do they know actually what level you're playing at?
When I first started my football, my parents weren't really, well, I shouldn't say supportive, but they didn't have an idea that I was actually playing football, because then again my brother took me to play football. After the first year where I should say I made a bit of a name of myself, my older brother spoke to my father and told my parents, I should say, and that there could be a future in this kind of field, and that's when my father took it on board. He knew how I was winning the best and fairest, and you name it. Yeah.
We've got a fair few trophies out the back, don't we? So we've got a fair idea that you cleaned up in a few competitions.
Oh yeah, there's a few, not so many, but
yeah, we've got footage, man. We've got footage. You can't hide behind.
How do you know it's mine?
Okay, I actually came across Bachar when I was watching the AFL Players Association Award. I was just flicking through the channels and it came up. And actually, I don't think I saw you. I saw your father, because Clinton Griffiths was talking about. He was talking to you, but then there was a shot of your father, and obviously your father is supporting and encouraging, because I think he's really on board now, because he's being invited to these type of events. So tell us a little bit about the award that you actually won from the AFL Players Association.
Well, the Mike Fitzpatrick Award is just it's awarded every year, and the Mike Fitzpatrick it's after the award's after his name, and it's just that 12 recipients are chosen every year on regards of schooling basis, and as well as helping education wise.
But I want to ask you about the challenge of being a Muslim playing at the highest level. What type of experiences have you had being a Muslim playing TAC Cup?
It's not really a challenge, actually. It's pretty much normal to me. When I head down to the Jets, I mean, Spotty had an idea, because there was a few Muslims playing at the time. They knew that we couldn't eat their meat. We had to pray at certain times. But when I got invited to Western Jets, I set myself clear. I stood up in front of the whole group, and when I played for Victoria, when I represented Victoria, stood up in front of the whole group, set myself clear who I was, what my religion was, and what the guidelines are. They respected every single word I said, and they actually found it quite fascinating. A boy that's coming through at this teenage years, to follow his religion, alhamdulillah, pretty strongly, is very good. But as I said, yeah, they just respected every word, and they've just helped me since.
Now, look, we all go along to the footy and we see, at the highest level and all that, and we abuse the players because they don't do things that we reckon we could do. Now, I fancy myself a bit. I reckon I could pretty much take you on the highest level. Would you back down if I said, let's, get out there, have a kick and have a challenge?
Whenever I'm right to go, we'll go, mate.
So you're saying because you're injured, you're not prepared to take me on? And so I could be anything. I mean, I could just completely walk into your club and take it over.
Yeah, you could. Anyone could, sorry, I should say. But not you. I don't think so.
He's caught. Well, I guess because you're injured and you're backing down, I guess we can never know. So, what are we going to do?
Well, you're pretty cocky there, mate.
Well, no, I'm just quietly confident.
No, I don't fancy your chances. I don't reckon you're that good.
Nothing wrong with confidence there. Exactly right. The guy's got confidence, so it's the way to go. Even when we play footy, you've got to have confidence, and why not, mate? Why not?
But you've got to back it up with ability.
Yeah, true. Exactly right. Can you back it up with ability? That's the question.
Well, because you aren't prepared to take me on, I guess we'll never know.
No, inshallah. If you want to take me on, we'll go outside. Although I'm on one leg, but I think that's enough.
I reckon even my two sons could probably take you both on.
All right. Now the biggest question of all: who's going to win the grand final?
Sydney Swans all the way by about 4 to 5 goals, I'd say.
Very confident.
Yeah, you got a tip for us?
West Coast by 3 goals.
3 goals. Still depends on Barry Hall, but I reckon Sydney are good enough to get over the line over West Coast.
Well, let's find out. And thanks, Bachar, for joining us. Or actually, we came to you instead, which is quite different. And that was great. And good luck next year. God willing, you'll get the opportunity to put yourself up for the draft, and let's see what happens after that. So good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and we'll be back after the break. Welcome to the last quarter of Salam Cafe's grand final edition.
Even though there's only 3 segments.
Exactly, it's a bit strange. I asked everybody to bring in some footy memorabilia.
I tell you what, I have got footy memorabilia that will take the cake. Can we get a shot of this on camera 1?
Oh my
Now, this is
God. Where'd you get that from?
I tell you what, this is a photo of Assad's this is grade 2. Assad's grade 2 school photo.
Pick which one Assad.
I'll see if you can
Point
have a look.
Who did
Now,
the one in the cardigan?
why is this footy memorabilia? Well, I'll tell you why. Can we just get that shot back? This man here is Assad's school teacher. His name is Simon Madden, and he's champion Essendon ruckman for many, many years, played hundreds of games.
It was the late 70s, that's why he...
And this is a 1979 photo. He must have been, a fresh-faced 21-year-old or something at this point, and just a fantastic beard. And I tell you what, a fantastic cardigan. Just have a look at that.
Did your mum put it on your side?
Actually,
just unreal.
We just moved from South Africa, and that was the first school I went to, and they took photos like in the second day of school. I didn't have a uniform, but because Simon Madden was my school teacher, Essendon was the team.
But how does that justify the brown cardigan? I still don't.
It does
I still
somehow.
don't. There's no excuse.
Now, just to change the subject, the reason, just to change things, I'm not serving coffee today, but I'm serving something.
What are you serving?
Footy.
Yeah.
Hot pie.
Hey!
and because Susan's a vegetarian, can we just get a shot of this?
Chicken pie.
I'll be serving chicken for Susan. So
It does have to be vegetarian.
So you can have that one.
Vegetables.
Well, as you start dishing out the pleasantries, can you get onto email of the week very quickly?
Yeah, ding. Everyone's favourite segment. I just sort of
Thanks,
feel
mate.
that if I say that every week, maybe you'll believe me, and it really will be. Now, I have to say, I'm sure, like the audience, sick to death of this question. What's the most interesting place you've prayed?
MCG.
In fact, I think if I hear it one more time, I might have to kill someone. Anyway, we had some really interesting answers, actually, and some of them were very funny. I've narrowed it down to a couple. The first one is from Shama. And she says she prayed at Mount Bulla, literally on the mountain, in the snow, while it was raining.
Oh, shit.
Not a good idea, was her comment.
It wasn't snowing at the snow, it was raining.
Well, yeah, raining
okay.
in the snow, so it's just slush.
So she's
This
praying
other
the
one is a good one from Seema Kubru. I've just totally,
Just
I've
say
totally
Seema's
butchered
fine.
your
Seema's fine.
Turkish thing. Okay. She says, I don't know if this counts, but I was saying 1,000,001 prayers at the top of the giant drop ride in Warner Brothers movie world because I was going to die from some freakish form of heart failure.
Right. Justified.
So, this of course finally leads us to a new question of the week.
So they're both winners, equally?
Yeah, they're both winners. Okay, anyway.
Hold on. Yeah.
You're famous. In honour of Assad's cardigan treat, I think what we're going to do is we want you, for your next question, is email us your funniest childhood photo. And if you win, we will show it
Well,
on
I
Salam
mean,
Cafe for our thousands of viewers, Australia-wide now.
I should say, sadly, this is the second funny photo on the show.
There's more to come. There's
Becoming
more
a
to
regular
come.
segment.
But regrettably, there's no more Salam Cafe. We need to go for this week. May I say, let the best team win?
And you can flick to the Brownlow after this and see.
Exactly. That's all. Any further comments?
No, Salam Cafe is showing in different states now. That's probably something that
Very
we
good.
should know about as well.
Yeah, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide.
All over, just like
Chicago.
the AFL. And as they say, the MCG is the mecca of Australian rules football. So good luck to everybody on the weekend. May the best team win, and we'll see you all next week.
Download the episode on the website.
Go Blues. Go Blues. Go Blues.
Go Blues.